So I've waited to do this review because I was finishing school. I had to turn in final scripts, final papers. Everyone doesn't know, so I'm not going to say for those that don't know. But since everyone doesn't know, I am going for my master's. I'm getting my MFA. So I've been just hella busy these past couple of weeks. And then once classes finally ended, I said, okay, I just need a break for myself. I just need to do what I need to do. But I did watch this, and I did love this. All right, I did. I'm so happy with the way that this turned out. I don't think they could have done a better job, so to speak. I think they've gone past and excelled expectations with the final season of Castlevania.
Begin!
So this is it. This is the final season, the last season of Castlevania. We're gonna wrap all of the storylines up with Alucard and Trevor and Sypha. All the things going on with Dracula. And to my surprise, they even brought back Sandra Main. So this final season, and I'm going to quote what the creators said here. They said they didn't want to suffer the way that Game of Thrones suffered, and I'm paraphrasing here. They wanted to actually live up to expectations that people had with the show. We all know that Game of Thrones did not do that. They didn't want to fall into the same trap. So I have to give kudos to the team over that Powerhouse Animation and Netflix had put together, and Adi Shankar, who was the one who got this shit started, to develop this great run that they've had and to end it in a satisfactory way where we really don't have any more questions. They've answered all of them in the final season. That's hard to do. That's hard to have a satisfying ending to a TV show, at least anymore, it seems. It seems that all of your favorite shows end on some weird note or end with questions unanswered. Outside of Game of Thrones, we also had The Magicians that ended with things just not where they should be. As a viewer, you're thinking, this isn't how this should go. This doesn't feel right. And to go back some years, let's go back to Dexter. Let's go back to Lost. All of these shows, these popular shows, have a hard time wrapping up their seasons, their stories. You go for 4 or 5, 8 seasons, and then it seems like the creative team just gets lost and stuck. So we have to start this off by congratulating Powerhouse Animation and the entire team, the writers and the producers and everyone who brought Castlevania together over at Netflix. You guys did an A-plus job on wrapping this up satisfactory. We got to see in this finale, in this final season, we got to see Alucard get to a point where he's happy. We got to see Trevor Belmont get to a point where, life isn't meaningless to him anymore. There's something to live for. We got to see Sypha come out of her shell. And we got to see a resolution to the Dracula storyline. And I'm not going to spoil what that resolution is. You're thinking that it was done at the end of season 2. It was not, at least not in the way that you're thinking. There's extra to this, and I liked the bit that they added to Dracula's storyline and the way that they wrapped that up. For such a dour story, this had a very happy ending, and I love it. I think we've gotten to a place where people didn't want it endings that weren't so happy to fight the norm, but then things got a bit too dour, so now people are wanting them back, and that's why so many, I believe, are satisfied with this ending, because it was very happy. It was a very, I'm not going to say who died and who doesn't, but it was a very, everyone got their due. Everyone got their justice. I'm not going to say everyone made it out in the end, but everyone had a peaceful moment in the end. Let's just say that, and let's leave that there. I think that Isaac's story in this season probably lacked the most out of all of the main characters in the show. I think it was pretty quick. I think it was a bit rushed. I think it was kind of breakneck. It's just like, oh, Isaac's here. He's going to do what? But it wasn't just last season you was trying. Okay, that's your motivation. Isaac's was the most lacking. His. And then Hector, I liked what they did with Hector, actually. He didn't have a ton to do in this season as far as like main, plot inducing. He did like one thing that was part of the plot to speed it up and to get it moving. But his inner story, his internal conflict, and his relationship with the vampire, whose name just left my mind. I guess that shows her importance. Their relationship together and how complicated that was and how the way that ended, I liked what they did with Hector's storyline. It was actually pretty sad. You know what? His was probably the only sad one out of all of the characters' storylines. I know a lot of people like Carmilla. I like Carmilla. I like Carmilla. She this season, again, a bit rushed for me. It was kind of just, oh, you're acting like that now, and I saw her more of this calculating, a bit cold, but smart thinking, 5 steps ahead of you type of woman. And then to put it bluntly, I felt like she turned into just a raving lunatic this season. And that was a weak point. Her and Isaac's story was just kind of like, hey, we have to wrap these two characters up, so let's do it this way. And there wasn't a lot of build up to it. I felt like for them to be where they were this season, those characters needed one more season. Like, what happened with them should have happened to them in season 5, which I don't know what the original season plan was for this show. I know that there's been some behind the scenes drama with Warren Ellis and whatnot. So I know that there's been that going on, and that may have pushed up ending this show for the spinoffs that are coming up. But I definitely felt those 2 arcs needed another season. They needed another season. Everyone else, our main trio, got the most development. And the new woman who shows up to help Alucard in this season, love her. Absolutely love her. Like I said, I watched it 2 weeks ago, which is why I'm iffy on names. But I absolutely love that character and what she brought. And, she was badass. And, oh, my God, I'm jumping around a bit. But speaking of badass, the animation, like Powerhouse, I need you to animate every idea I ever come up with. Anything animated I come up with, give me Powerhouse animation. If you're going to ask me, what studio do I want run out of the United States to animate my show? If the fucking Martians are aiming the death beam at me, fate of the world on the line, I want Powerhouse animation. Okay? That's who I want. The animation this season was fire as fuck. Fire as fuck. I haven't seen shit like that since, studios in Japan. Powerhouse is based in the United States. This is a United States studio coming at you with this hotness. Wow, they are up there with fucking Mappa as far as animation. I didn't think they could do it. They got budget on budget on budget. You want to talk about Unlimited Blade Works? Unlimited Budget Works out in Japan over at Ufotable. Unlimited budget was given to Powerhouse Animation to wrap up this show. Woo! That was some dope ass fighting throughout this entire season. Greatness. Fighting like every fucking episode. Fluid animations. Fuck. It was just chef's kiss. I'm a raving lunatic about this show. This show means a lot to me, especially as a creator myself. Just being able to have adult themed and animated. It's a renaissance happening right now, man. It's not gonna stop, and I love it. I am here for it. Hot damn, Castlevania, you will be missed. You will be greatly missed. I didn't even get to the main villain, Death, from the video games. The way they explained Death, I liked, that he's not really Death. I like that, he's not the actual Grim Reaper. He's more of an entity that feeds on Death. I like that. That was a nice explanation because, kind of just saying, this is the embodiment of Death doesn't truly fit this story to me. It doesn't fit the Dracula theme to me. I haven't played a Castlevania game in years. I don't remember how it played out in the games. But for this story in the animation, I felt like if he was the true embodiment of Death, like Grim Reaper status, it wasn't going to fit. But it was just so awesome to see everything get wrapped up in this nice little bow. And it's good to be back talking about what I love, TVs and movies. Hopefully, guys, within the next month or two, just before I can start school in August again, this summer, we're going to have a film and TV podcast coming soon called Film Antics. I can't wait to get that launched. Hopefully, that's going to be probably more than likely a monthly podcast, especially when school comes back. I'm going to be super busy. That's going to be a monthly podcast called Film Antics. I'm going to have some classmates on there talking all things in the industry, film and TV. But thank you for watching this video. Please tell me what you thought about Castlevania Season 4 and Castlevania as a whole. What do you want to see next? Do you want to see one of the other Belmont stories? Do you want to see a spinoff? Maybe we can go follow some prequel shit like with Sypha's group back in the day. Let me know in the comments. Leave a like if you like it. I would greatly appreciate it. And until next time, guys. See you.